Hello everyone, this is Sarah Suffrage and I am the founder of Human Connection, and I want to welcome you to my blog site, and I want to just give you a little overview of how Human Connection came to be. And what happened is I went to New York for a vacation, I thought, and it turned out to be a little more than what I expected. And if you want to find the whole story, it is definitely here in my blog under how this movement got started. So what happened in a nutshell is that I was abandoned in front of a hotel 38 hours before my flight, and by the grace of God, there were some people that came forward who I call my angels, that supplied me with a place to stay and also got me a ride over to the airport, and where I spent a large amount of time from 6 a.m. in the morning till 5:15 in the evening. I was at the airport, and what I saw in that time span was eye-opening. There were hundreds of people that went through the airport, and I literally saw no human connection. I mean, unless you were family and you were complaining about your shoe not being tied or something like that, you know, mom took care of that. But as far as when I was younger and I was at the airport, I mean, you would sit down beside somebody and you'd be sitting, you know, sometimes you're there for an hour or so waiting for your flight. And so you strike up a conversation with someone beside you and you find the most interesting people in airports and, you know, everywhere across the U.S. But what I found is everyone was looking at their feet. Their noses were in their phones, in their tablets, in their iPads, whatever it is. And even the people that were just sitting beside each other with nothing in their hands were just looking in their laps. I mean, there's no conversation going on. There's no human connection going on. And I was just sitting there, and you know what? The Lord he just tapped me on the shoulder, and he's like, "Sarah, look around. Look around. What do you see?" He goes, this was not my plan. This is not what I planned. I want my people, I want my children to connect with one another. And he goes, this is a huge problem across the U.S. And he basically just said, I choose you. I choose you to start a movement to reestablish the human connection across the industry and across the globe. And you know, I just thought to myself, or I just said to him, I was like, really? You know, I'm just one person. But here's the thing. You know what? Every movement that has ever happened in the history of the United States and across the world has always begun with just one person. One person starts a movement. And, you know, I said to him, I was like, Lord, oh my gosh, I'm just one person. And he goes, yes, you are one person, Sarah, but you are backed by your Heavenly Father. You know, and so I was like, wow, okay, wow. So I just start this, and I go from your guidance, and you're going to multiply this, correct? And I said, absolutely, because from one person starting one thing, and everyone paying it forward or sharing it forward is what I like to say, we can literally reach millions of people, and we can change the face of this industry, and we can change the face of this world. And I know it sounds huge, but guess what? If you talk to one person today, one person, and you share the importance of the human connection, and you ask them to do the same, before we know it, this will span the globe. This will span the industry, and the people around the world will start to reconnect with each other, and we will reform and reestablish the human connection. Thank you so much for coming to my site. Thank you so much for your support, and I love you. God bless you, and let's go on this journey together. Take care.